I did like a million for whole child. You know, when the last girl left the show, um, I really connected with her because she was profile. And because I'm a writer and because, like I see the bigger vision in writing, I was afraid that
So, because I'm a writer and I see the bigger vision in writing, I was afraid that when the last sex change left the show, it was going to put a, a biological female on there, or they was going to put another pre-op girl on there, or I mean, a pre-op girl on there. And I feel like with Pose, that was really about the pre-op girls, shining, because the only one who really was supposedly had a sex change during that time was Electra, and Electra, although she, ended up with a lot of coins, it wasn't a romantic happily ever after for her. So a lot of times, there's these narratives where the sex change, don't get that romantic happily ever after. She end up being the mama or the helper or the sidekick, to somebody else's dreams. And so I'm happy with what they're doing on the shy. You know, I don't know if we're to assume that these girls are pre-op. Um, But I mean, I noticed they keep putting him with post ops, and I'm wondering if that's a request of him. Like he's saying that he can't do a scene with a girl unless she post op. Because I noticed they keep putting him with post op girls. And when the show first came out, I was like looking and I was like, "Is that Lorray?" Like Lorray who went to Xavier in New Orleans. And so I contacted one of my girlfriends who I knew would know, and I know Lorray is a sex change. So I'm sitting up here looking at Lorray from Xavier Girl kissing a boy who was in Star, like who played in Star Girl. Girl, I am living for the shy girl. I'm just living for all type of black love. The shy is giving me my life. Like I was sad, because Jasmine wasn't winning. I liked the Jasmine's narrative. She was kind of bingy, but she still had morals and integrity, and she stood for something. So I really liked the Jasmine's character. But if I'm gonna keep it 100, Lorray got a little bit more melanin. No shade, no tea. I'm partial to seeing girls, who have a little bit more melanin because the Matrix ain't always feature the girls with a little bit more melanin. They be trying to get your light bright and white. And not saying that, Lorette don't fit into, the idea, the colonizer beauty, but I could see myself more so in Lorraine than I could have saw myself in Jasmine. So yeah, I'm very excited to see that there's another trans girl on the show who is a sex change. I'm not gonna hold you. Lorray, you is doing some good acting. You playing your part. Although, this whole idea of professing the love or will be erased, no, we won't be erased. Um, will be suppressed, will be hidden, but not erased. We will always exist in the hearts and minds of those who love us. Just because mainstream doesn't know about us does not mean that we're erased. So if that was one thing that I would like argue about with, Lorray's rhetoric, um, you know, she just don't want to be a secret because of her ego, basically, But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to be no secret either, so I'm not judging that. But I'm just saying, we'll never be erased. We just our narrative just wouldn't be celebrated in mainstream, but we'll always be loved, respected, appreciated, thought of, and valued by those who have had a chance to experience us. Amen, a woman. So, I don't want to hold you. I think I saw a spider, but I don't think it was a poisonous one. But anyway, I'm not gonna hold y'all. I just wanted to come on here and say that right fast. Like, I'm really happy that they replaced, like, they brought another girl on the show, but not just another girl, another sex change. Like, I'm excited about that. Sex change is doing some good ass acting. Like, I'm just I love it. I'm just, and me and Lorraine, we haven't spoken years, and we were never super close. Like, I don't know her like that, but I've never hated Lorraine. Like, I've never never, you know, like it's never been like I never really felt any serious feelings for her because I never got to know her really. Um, So now, that time has passed, just like those little petty things that I think I saw as differences. Um, because I felt like, she came from a certain background and I came from a different background. You know, I feel like some girls can be um, elitist and socialites. And I think, that's heavy in our community. Um, because I had a girl tell me the other day, you know, and I'll say this, and I'm gonna say this in close out because I don't want to hold y'all long with this. I will pick an argument on purpose to find out who my friends is, to find out who I can really trust. I will set a trap to see if somebody is genuine, and I did it recently, and it proved what I already thought. Um, when she got mad enough to say what she really thought, when she first opened her mouth, it was, she was singing my praises on a live that was going to be deleted, you know, but she was singing my praises on a live, you know, a live that we knew was going to get deleted. And the crazy thing is that you go from um singing my praises on this live, but then when you talk to me the next day in my inbox, you say you say some stuff. You say, "Well, I'm thriving, and look what's going on in your life. You're still the same place you was 3 years ago. Poor. I think she said poor, miserable, and what was the other word? Poor, miserable, and washed. Those are the words: poor, miserable, and washed. And that's what she really thought of me. Like, I think that's how she really felt about me. And she needed to have an excuse to say what she's probably said about me behind the scenes. Because if the reads flowed out your mouth that easy when you got mad at me, that's some stuff you was already thinking about. Like, when you understand how reading works, if somebody reads you and the reads just flow out like that, like this, they was already thinking that. That's how they was already feeling. They just needed an excuse to go ahead and be real about what they was feeling, they man and woman. So when she got mad at me, her true feelings came out. And I'm happy, I'm happy that we were able to get to a place of being honest with each other, because I don't need people around me who are not sincerely my friends. At this point, like, I'm good. Like, I don't need um people who are not invested in me and who are not here to encourage me that close to me. Taking up space, spying, looking on my wall, going down my timeline, you know, um, using my intellectual property for whatever. Get out my face. We ain't gotta pretend to be friends. We ain't gotta pretend to be cool. So um, we blocked each other, and I noticed that every time I get ready to go on a Facebook fast, I always end up uh, reducing my friends list. But anyway, I'm getting sleepy. I just finished watching the most recent episode of The Shy. And I was gonna say this on my Facebook page, but I said let me just go ahead and say this on Facebook. Like, I'm really kind of like excited about the fact that it's another sex change on there. Like, I can't express it. This makes me want to visit Chicago now. Like, I'm living for the Shy that much that I just want to go to the Shy now. I know on the movie, the people who watching the show, they don't think that these trans women are sex changes, but because I know, I follow the girls and I research their stories. I mean, I've met Lorraine a few times, and been in her presence, in person, and I've seen the posts and the updates of when she had her sex change, so I know she had sex change. And I read the articles about Jasmine Davis that says she was a sex change, so I know both of these girls that's played in the Shy sex changes, and I'm living for these narratives, and I want to say thank you. So I'm done. I'm moving on. Love y'all. Love your candle in the spirit world. Um, that reminds us of past, present, and future. A man and woman. Yeah. Y'all have a good night. Love y'all.